Louisiana Beer Reviews, Molson Ice, Premium Ice Beer, canned version. 5.6% alcohol. Molson Ice, they say on the can, is ice brewed for a smooth, full-bodied taste. It's brewed and packaged under the supervision of Molson Canada in Toronto, Canada. But it's brewed by Molson USA in Golden, Colorado. Coors. Product of the USA. Says ale in Texas. Okay, you know that situation there probably. This is apparently, according to the Molson-Coors website, this is produced only for sale in the United States of America. It's not sold in Louisiana, only certain states. Molson Ice is at the same alcohol level as Magnum malt liquor and Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, 5.6%. But it's an ice beer. It's brewed in a different way than a malt liquor. It's a poor score on Beer Advocate, no surprise there. Rose say it's poor, no shock. A 4 out of 100 on Rate Beer. It's a typically, outlandishly low score, 4 out of 100. 35 out of 100 for the style, and it gets a very fine score on the Beer and Me, though. That would be like a B. So a 4 out of 100, that would make it one of the worst beers produced on this planet. Essentially undrinkable, I would think. Let's check this 24-ounce can out. A lot of smoke. I bought this up in, I believe I bought this at Montgomery Plaza Liquors. But if it wasn't there, it was one of those beer stores on somewhere between Maryland and New York. Maryland, between Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And I know it wasn't Pennsylvania, so it had to be Maryland or New Jersey. Okay, thick white head and a clear, bubbly, golden appearance. Looks like a standard American lager, really. Let's go with the aroma. It smells pungent, bready. You get a little bit of that grain husk, I think, in the aroma. It smells okay. It's not the greatest aroma, but it's nothing, bad. It's just maybe overly sweet. Let's go with the flavor. It's brewed at the Coors Brewery in Golden, Colorado, but it's not certified kosher, I notice. Not a kosher beer. Okay, as all Coors beers are. It's got a sweet grain flavor, which is your barley malt and your corn. It's got some hoppiness there. It's a little hoppier than most American beers, I think. Maybe instead of Budweiser and stuff like that, Coors like around a 12 IBU. This is probably around a 19 IBU. It's got a light to medium body, so it does have some body to it. It's not just totally watery. And that's coming from that elevated alcohol after they're skimming the water off. And the finish is crisp, clean. You're getting that clean Colorado water, but crisp, clean, refreshing, and pretty drinkable. You get ice beers like, say, Ice House 5.5, and especially things like Old Milwaukee Ice 5.9 and Natural Ice 5.9 and Milwaukee's Best Ice 5.9, and they really start to have that gamey aspect to them. That's that cloying, overly sweet kind of chewiness that kind of turns people off. I could deal with the natural ice. That usually doesn't bother me. Milwaukee's Best Ice is a little more, you know, a little too rich in that sweetness area for me, although I do like it. This seems to be a little less than that, is in that aspect, in that note, and that's because it is lower. It's a notch above the Ice House and the Bud Ice. So how does it compare to the other ice beers? Well, it's right up there at the top. It might be, you could almost argue that it's the best ice beer on the market. Certainly not inferior to any of them. The price is not bad. I guess I still would prefer to drink Molson Canadian, and but I still enjoy this. The Molson Triple X, that's the really strong, extra, you know, the high gravity malt liquor, 7.3%. That's a little too much for me, but I enjoy trying that 125 over, bigger than a 25-ounce can. But this is really nice for ice beer. Is an A, solid A. For beer overall now, I'm talking about just beer in general. It's carbonated, boy. Just for beer in general. Now I'm picking up a little metallic back note. And you can read a million articles and talk to all these people, and they'll say, no difference. Can, bottle, same thing. Not gonna pick up metallic. You can say what they want. I do pick it up. It's faint here. It's not really noticeable, but it is there. It's like if I drink Red Dog out the bottle, no metal. Red Dog out the can, you definitely pick up metal. So, I mean, you know, it's all coming out of the same vat, the same aging tank. They're just dumping it in bottles, and then they'll say, okay, let's do cans, and could be coming out the same vat. So it's not the aging tank, okay? For beer overall, it's an A minus. It's excellent. It's at the lower end of excellent, but Coors and Molson, you know, they have such high brewing standards. They can make these light lagers to perfection, and that is the most difficult beer in the world to make, is a light lager. An ice beer, or a regular American style lager, or European pale lager, or a light beer, or diet beer. Those are very difficult to make, and a lot of craft brewers don't make those because, well, they can't. And it'll show a lot of imperfections. They can make the heavier bodied ales, you know, all the sweet, the flavored stuff, and it'll cover up mistakes and problems. But not to say I don't like craft beers. I do, always have. A lot of nice thick lacing around here also, I noticed. So this is solid all the way. Absolutely. You want to drink a good beer, a really enjoyable, well-made beer, here's one that I would highly recommend. Molson Ice. It's got a sharp looking can, it's got a really nice looking price, and it's got a wonderful flavor. So le bon temps roulé. Too bad it's not sold in Louisiana, but I'm going to end this review by saying y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.